Hi everyone, Laura here from testprepinsight.com, and today I'm going to cover the major reasons why you should use Manhattan Prep to help you study for the GRE, and the major reasons why you should not. That way you have a balanced, unbiased review of the Manhattan Prep GRE materials. And just so you know, myself and the rest of the team here have actually purchased the Manhattan GRE course and put it through the ringer to really test out and evaluate all of its key features like video lessons, practice problems, prep books, and everything else. So if you hang with me, I really think this video should give you everything you need to make an educated purchase decision. And by the way, I'll just start by saying that since I'll just be focusing on the major highlights and lowlights in this video today, if you find you need more detail at any point, I'll have a link down there to a full detailed written review of Manhattan Prep's course on our website. Or you can always just Google Test Prep Insight Manhattan Prep GRE Review. All right, let's start with the first major pro of the Manhattan GRE course, and that is definitely the video lessons. Manhattan's pre-recorded video lectures, which are essentially the basis of their on-demand self-paced package, are simply awesome. They're engaging, interactive, and really effective in communicating GRE topics. Your instructor appears on screen, and as they walk you through the lesson, the digital whiteboard around them fills with notes and graphics, highlighting key points and demonstrating how problems should be solved. Also, the videos will intermittently break to hit you with a quick quiz question or drill to make sure you're understanding the core concepts being taught. Or sometimes a short cartoon will even roll with a corny joke to provide some comic relief from the try material. Bottom line, the production quality of these videos is really, really good, and the structure makes for a very effective form of teaching. All right, so my second highlight of the Manhattan Prep GRE course is the price point of its on-demand self-paced Interact course. Starting at roughly $300 for 1 month access, the Interact course is going to give a lot of students everything they need. You got the awesome video lessons I just talked about, access to Manhattan's library of over 5,000 practice problems, and feedback on your practice performance in the form of detailed answer solutions and performance reports. Notice I didn't mention prep books or live classes there. You only get those features with the more expensive complete course. And if you want a full 3 months of study time, that's going to run you about $400. But with that said, right around $300 to $400, this on-demand package is a steal, especially when stacked up against competitors. And I should also mention that Manhattan Prep frequently runs sales and special promotions, so make sure to check the description down below for discount codes. A lot of times you can find the Manhattan courses discounted by up to 10%, especially if you're a student. So keep that in mind. All right, moving on to my third X factor for Manhattan Prep, and that's the overall structure of the course. So essentially you're given a number of learning modules to complete across 3 levels of difficulty. Each level gets progressively harder and covers more complex topics, sort of an easy, medium, and hard breakdown. And after you complete each of the 16 to 30 modules in a level, you take a full-length practice exam to reinforce your learnings from that level and track your progress. And within each of these modules that I've been talking about, Manhattan uses a sequence called Learn It, Drill It, Prove It. Basically, the Learn It phase is just one of the video lessons I mentioned a minute ago. Then the Drill It phase is a series of flashcard-like drills to hammer home what you've just learned. Then finally, the Prove It portion is a quiz that you need to hit at least 90% on to test out of that module. All in all, it's a crazy, rigorous, and effective framework that comprehensively covers everything you need to know and makes sure you're learning it. Okay, 2 more quick pros before moving on to the cons. So the fourth thing on my list with this GRE course is the fact that Manhattan Prep offers over 5,000 practice problems. That's a ton of practice material. It's likely more than anyone will ever need or finish. So I think the big takeaway with this is that you'll likely never run out of fresh, never before seen practice questions. And I'd also just note the quality of these practice problems is really good. We found them to all be highly realistic of real GRE questions. And I also like the accompanying text explanations. If you want to see some screenshots of those, make sure to check the link in the description below. We have a bunch of pics on our website. All right, final pro, and that's the prep books. Manhattan's written materials are rock solid. When you sign up for any course, besides the Interact course, you get a set of hard copy study books, including their kind of sort of famous 5-pound books of practice problems. Nowadays, a lot of companies are moving away from hard copy prep books and going strictly digital, so I love that Manhattan has stuck with their tried and true printed books. These books provide a ton of strategies and techniques for tackling different problem types, as well as tons of practice problems. So if you're a bookish sort of student, this is a major plus. Okay, now let's quickly switch gears here and run through the negatives with the Manhattan Prep course. And my first con with this course is a user experience type of issue. Essentially, as you work drills and quizzes in each learning module, you can't stop to review and answer explanation. The program sort of forces you along through this predetermined structure. So even if you get a quiz question that you have no idea on and want to read the explanation, you can't until the end. It's a small annoyance, but I wish Manhattan would change this so you could jump straight into an explanation if you got hung up. The second negative on my list is the size of the live classes. And my complaint isn't that the classes are too big, it's actually that they're too small. Manhattan purposefully limits their class sizes and makes them really small to give them a more workshop-like feel. But the issue with that is that everyone needs to frequently participate. I know sometimes I just like to fade into the back and let the teacher do the teaching and let other students jump in if they want. But there's no doing that in these live classes, which might be an issue for more quiet or introverted students. But for others that love interaction and want to participate, this could actually be a positive. And on the topic of live classes, this is actually my third and final negative with this Manhattan Prep course. Their one prep package with live classes, the GRE for MBA course, is really expensive. We're talking close to $2,000 full retail, so roughly $1,400 to $1,700 more than the self-paced Interact course. Don't get me wrong, if you're the type of student that thrives in live classes or needs the accountability and commitment that comes with a regular class schedule, the Manhattan Live online classes are awesome. They're just really pricey. But if money isn't an issue for you and you're targeting a top-tier business school, this might not matter. All right, so now that I've covered the key strengths and weaknesses of this course, let's do a quick recap for some perspective. And by the way, since you're studying for the GRE, I should mention we give away a free prep course every single month to one of our subscribers. You just have to do the 3 things listed on the screen here. The details will also be down below in the description. It's super easy to enter. It'll take you less than 10 seconds. And hey, you never know, you could win a free Manhattan Prep GRE course. Okay, so starting with the pros, you've got number 1, top-notch interactive video lessons with built-in drills. Coming in at number 2, the very approachable price point of Manhattan's Self-Paced Interact course, starting at around $300. Number 3 is smart course structure based on repetition. Number 4, over 5,000 realistic practice problems. And at 5, some rock-solid printed prep books. Then on the flip side for cons, you've got number 1, an annoying issue with not being able to see the problem explanations in the middle of quizzes and drills. At 2, small class sizes that require participation. Shy students take note of this. At number 3, an expensive price tag on the courses option with live classes. And that about does it for the review. I think the big takeaway here is that Manhattan Prep is an all-around excellent GRE prep course that should work well for most students, especially visual learners that do well with engaging and interactive video lessons. Anyway, I hope this video has been helpful and hope you learned a little something. If so, make sure to return the favor by subscribing to the channel, like this video, and drop us a quick comment, letting us know your thoughts. And if you want to learn a little bit more about the GRE or see our full detailed written review on the Manhattan Prep course, make sure to jump over to our website, testprepinsight.com, where we have a ton of great content. As always, thank you for watching, best of luck, and we'll see you in the next one.